I keep playing. Oh, that was feeling good. My name is Arnold M. Culbreath, and I play saxophone. I play soprano, alto, tenor, saxophone, and what do I do for a living? I am a pastor, I am an architectural engineer, and I'm a professional musician. And I'll probably get in trouble at home if I don't say I'm a father and a grandfather and a husband. When I was in 7th grade at Schwab Junior High School down in Northside, Ohio, we were given the opportunity to select instruments. And at the time, I really became aware of Itzhak Perlman, an incredible classical violinist, and just loved his sound and what he did with the instrument, and that's what I wanted to play. So I came home, I'm all excited, and my dad says, well, what instrument do you want to play? And I said, well, I want to play the violin. And he's like, it's not going to happen, you know. And I said, well, why? And he said, well, I just don't think you want to play the violin. And he said, well, what about a horn? I said, okay, well, what horn will I play? And he said, well, why not trumpet? Now, I'm very visual, you know, being an architectural engineer and interior design background. So immediately the Rolodex of LP covers started going through my mind. And most of the guys that were trumpet players, you know, they had that deformed lip, you know, sorry trumpet players that are listening. And I was, you know, I'm a kid, I'm 13, I'm in the 7th grade or whatever age I was, and, you know, you're starting to like girls and stuff. I can't walk around, you know. So I told my dad, I said, no, I can't play trumpet. He said, well, what about the saxophone? And again, the Rolodex of visual LP covers, you know, just went through my mind. And the sax players were always so cool. They'd have the suit, they'd have a hat, they had a cigarette between their finger with the horn. I said, that's what I can do. And here I am, 44 years of playing it later. I was playing a gig about 15 years ago, and that was about 20 years ago. And we took a break, and there was a little boy that came up to me, and he was probably 8 or 9 years old. And he asked me, he said, that looks like so much fun, mister. He said, what does it feel like playing the instrument? And it still stuns me to this day because the answer just came out. It felt like it bypassed my brain and just came straight out of my heart. And I said to him, it's the closest thing that I know of to flying. Because when I'm playing, that's how I feel on the inside. And it's always my hope, and in fact prayer, that when people listen to my music, that's kind of the sense or feel that they get. And I just buried an aunt about 2 months ago, my mother's sister, and you know, I was riding. I had preached the eulogy, I had officiated the service, and we're heading to the cemetery, and I put on a tune by my pastor and dear friend John W. Stevenson, and it's called "He Will See Me Through This Too," and it's a very powerful and melodic kind of a ballad, and it just really, I mean, it'll have you weeping in moments, but it really spoke to me in that difficult time. Sometimes when I'm working out, I'll put on a song that's called "Sing Unto the Lord," and it's by, I don't know if that's the official title, but that's what they say all through the song, by Joe Pace. And that song just gets me going. So I'll be on my elliptical at home, and that's the jam that kind of gets you through those difficult moments when the muscles are saying, wait a minute, what are you doing? Before I will preach, I will play a song that touches the audience, but it's really kind of to prepare my heart to share what it is I'm getting ready to share with those listeners. So I would encourage a young person that's playing an instrument to keep going. The statistics are, last I read, it was like 80% of kids that play instruments in high school don't continue after high school. And I've got so many friends that tell me, man, I wish I would have kept playing my instrument, you know, when they see me still playing mine. So keep going, and practice. I'm gonna say something about Buddy Rogers because Buddy Rogers has been good to me. My history with Buddy Rogers goes back 44 years. I got my first, it was a Cleveland alto saxophone that my parents rented for me, and they rented it for my 7th grade year, which the rental program is incredible. Anytime a parent can do that, because it allows you time to see if the kid's serious about it. But then the 8th grade, they bought me my own alto saxophone. It was a Vito LeBlanc, and I played that for years. The maintenance agreement, the annual maintenance program is phenomenal, and I do it for all 3 horns every year. It's the best investment that you could ever make. So I love the people here. I love the Voorhees. I love Scott Snyder, my man, who keeps my horns in tip-top condition, and I wouldn't go to any other store. I have had the privilege of being on over 50 CDs of various artists and have released 3 of my own solo CDs. But the thing that's so cool in the context of this interview, is that every instrument that you see shown on here, with the exception of this little white curved LA sax soprano, I got from Buddy Rogers Music. And actually, these are the horns that I've played on, with the exception of the curved cannonball soprano sax that I played. I actually traded this white LA sax for that little black nickel cannonball, and I did that here at Buddy Rogers. So it's kind of cool, Buddy Rogers Music. It's kind of cool to talk about these projects and the artwork on them in the context of this incredible store. If anybody wants to get my music, you can go to any digital platform and put in Arnold M. Culbreath, and you'll find me there. You can go to YouTube, iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon.com. I'm everywhere and am conceptualizing what I want my new project to be. I'll probably do one this year. Maybe a Christmas project. I'm still not sure yet.